This video will teach you how to use the earthquake data source and filter settings in QuakeFeed. The data source and filter settings determine which earthquakes are displayed in the list and on the map in the QuakeFeed app. Tap the second button from the bottom left corner to view the filter settings screen. At the top, there is a summary that shows the earthquake data source and filter criteria. By default, QuakeFeed will use the USGS as the data source and will display all earthquakes above 2.0 and higher from the past 3 days. If you tap on the summary, a menu appears, and it shows you the options for customizing your data source and your filter settings. The United States Geological Survey is the most comprehensive source for viewing earthquakes that have happened in the United States. I will select USGS, set the minimum magnitude at 1.0 and higher for all distances and the past 1 day. Then I will tap Done in the top right corner to dismiss the filter settings screen. As you can see, inside the United States, there are earthquakes down to 1.0 displayed. But for the rest of the globe, the earthquakes are only magnitude 4 and higher. Next, I will make some adjustments to my filter settings so that I can see earthquakes that are closest to my location, but for a longer time frame. I'm going to adjust the time period to 14 days, and I will set the distance to within 100 miles of my location. As you can see, I am now just seeing the earthquakes that are closest to my location, which is indicated by the blue dot on the map. But those magnitude 1 earthquakes are really cluttering up the map, so I'm going to make an adjustment and set the minimum magnitude to 2.0 and higher. That looks better. Next, I will zoom out so that we can see Canada. And I will change the data source to Natural Resources Canada. The NRC is the best data source for earthquakes in Canada. However, as you can see from the map, it only shows earthquakes in Canada. It does not include earthquakes from other parts of the world. If I change the distance filter right now to, let's say, 400 miles, I will receive an error message here saying there are no earthquakes matching your filter criteria. And the reason is that there are no Canada earthquakes that are within 400 miles of my location because I am in Southern California. Also, if I switch to the list view, I see a message, there are no earthquakes that meet your search and filter criteria. I just wanted to show you this in case you get an error message like that. So then you will know that you should go in and check your filter settings. Now I will change the data source to EMSC. EMSC is the best data source to use if you want to view earthquakes in other parts of the world besides the United States or Canada. The EMSC data feed is a little bit slower to load sometimes. I just wanted to warn you of that. Now, when I spin the globe to other parts of the world, you will see that there are smaller earthquakes down to M2 and higher. That is why the EMSC is the best data source to use if you want to view worldwide earthquakes outside of the United States and Canada. So the first three data sources that I've shown you, the USGS, Natural Resources Canada, and EMSC, are only for viewing earthquakes that have happened in the past 30 days. To go back further into the past, you would need to use the USGS historical data source. This is a feature that is available to our premium subscribers, and it includes a database of historical earthquakes that goes back to 1900. So for example, if you would like to see the 2023 M7.8 Turkey-Syria earthquake, then you can use the historical data source. I would choose USGS 6-month M5 and greater, and I will set a minimum magnitude of 7 and higher. And now I can see these earthquakes that have happened more than 30 days ago.